welcome to another Dave Does video, and today we are checking out a band called Powersquad, and the song is Feel the Sky. Now, I am always intrigued when a band contacts me directly, whether they're an unsigned band, whether they're a band releases something on their own label, but basically a band that maybe doesn't have enough exposure at the moment is trying to build up their following, and they always kind of message me out and say, would you care to check out some of our stuff? And I don't have any rules against it, so I don't sort of say, well, no, I don't. I only review based on what I'm trying to get views on. My process is, if you want me to check something out, just send me a message, send me an email, let me know about your band, and I am all for checking out. And that was what originally this channel was always about, or the original channel Musicians React was always about me checking out unsigned bands and listening for maybe some of their comparatives of who would influence them, and maybe doing some comparisons between the new bands and the older bands and seeing where some of the borrowing was done, on how they've been influenced and stuff like that. And that was the original concept of the channel before I struggled to find a lot of unsigned bands, weirdly enough, because they don't put themselves out there enough. They just go into some couple of group chats, and obviously I'm more than happy when they kind of contact me directly. But anyway, this is Powersquad and Feel the Sky. Now, before we get to that, if you like the video, please do subscribe, click the bell icon, like, share, leave comments down below. Get involved with the challenges. We've got the originals versus covers and the greatest song ever challenge. Details in the description down below. Leave your comments down there. If you want to support the channel, you can do so via Patreon, priority video requests where you sponsor your own videos. We have the Right Side Craft Shop, and of course Bandcamp for the band Nothing Gained. We do score the... yes, we also have a guitar raffle at the moment. Yes, we have a guitar raffle running to the end of July 2020. And this will be for a custom engraved electric guitar. So if you want to get involved, it's just £5 for a ticket. Details in the description down below. This will be a scored video. We score it out of 4 categories. We've got lyrics, melody, hook, and overall appeal. It's scored out of 100, and the concept is, if we ask 100 people what they thought of the song, how many of them give it a thumbs up versus a thumbs down, and it's just kind of my interpretation of that. Let's do it. Powersquad and Feel the Sky. 3, 2, 1, go! And they've included lyrics in the video, which is always good. It's a good start so far.
Time and space lost sense of matter when all around is faded grey. Behind deceptive songs of life you'll simply go astray. Remind yourself the only rule life is today, there's no other chance. Think of everything you do before you lose your final glance. And let all the rules when you find yourself dare to go. Feel the sky.
Okay. Okay, that was Powersquad and Fill the Sky. Interesting is what I'd put in that under there. I'm not sure what the hell was going on with that outro though. That last like that was weird. I'm not sure if that was overly needed because unless it's a concept album and you're moving into something into your next one and you've got 0 air gaps and it flows into that, maybe then it makes a bit more sense. Now, you've listed it by, on the video it says Progressive Symphonic Power Metalers. Now, interestingly, if I didn't know that, I probably wouldn't have naturally put them in as power metalers. There's a couple of thoughts why behind that. So, I thought, so initially with me, listening to the vocals is the first thing. And so the vocals are the interesting part of the song, or the most interesting part of the song, because I can completely see what the vocalist is doing vocally and for what he's trying to go with. It's got a very, initially, like, for me, it reminded me of very prog rocky, theatrical, dramatical in the vocal style. I really like the vocal lines. I'm not so a bigger fan of the tone. It's a very nasally, kind of sinister tone. Now, I don't know if that's just the person's natural tone voice or if it's something that's been put on. So that's the only thing I'm not sure on there. I thought the song itself had a really nice power balance all the way through. It did feel that within the mix felt very safe. It felt there wasn't the level of weight. Now that could be down to production because a lot of the time they'll do, to get that thickness of song, they'll multi-track multiple guitars. The problem with that is if your guitars are not really locked in, it can sound muddy in the mix. So this is where you're talking into the big studios, the guys that do that sort of style of thing. This felt very much like it'd been mixed for a rock song rather than a big epic power song. And you can see how well-known power metal bands get it wrong with their mixes all the time. So at around 2 minutes, I think the whole thing, the band or the song just had a kind of bit of an identity crisis because that was when it was into that fill the sky. I was like, well, it's gone into a hardcore song. We're going in, yeah, bounce, get the pick on, fill the sky, and then into this cool solo. So I'm not sure again about that fill the sky bit. I'm not sure if that should have been in there because it doesn't really match what vocally was going on with the rest of the song before it. But I don't want to take away from the song and the band itself because I think it was a good song. I think it's going to be a challenging one from an overall appeal because vocally it's quite a divisive vocal style for a band to do. I think if I hadn't been doing so many reviews or reactions to symphonic power metal bands over the last year, checking out the guys from Imperial Age from Russia, and his AR, his vocal style is very different and very, very different tone. And again, not a massive fan of it all the time. I prefer Jane's singing voice than AR's, but I get what he's doing. I get his overall style and his tone. And it's the accent and the singing accent that comes through. And so I kind of get it and I understand it and I understand what they're doing. But I do think it's one of those ones you arrive, it's going to be quite a divisive cut on the vocal styling. That's my only thought on that particular one. But well done, guys. Good track. I like the song. So that was all very, very cool. Now, if you like this video, please do subscribe, click the bell icon, like, share, leave comments down below. And that, of course, is how Dave does it.